So just to finish up what I was saying in my last video before I was interrupted, um, personal, personal accountability, spiritual accountability, and that's something that is not flowing in the Black community anymore. And I'm very, very proud of myself because I did not let this person get under my skin. I maintained my composure, I remained calm, and I took action. I took action. Now, do I feel a ways about another Black person coming at me like that when they should know better? I have never even had a white person say to my face the racist things that I've had Black people say to my face, or prejudice, discriminatory practices. DC, Black people are known for that. They are known for being discriminatory. And for those of you who say, well, that's not true, then that's because you're part of the network. And when you're part of their network, you have a pass. But when you're not part of the network, meaning, and let me tell you what it means to not be part of the network, you think on your own. You think outside of the box, and you are a threat to those types of Black people, which is why now all of those Black people that were in that network, hate to say it, especially the ones working for the federal government, you see what's happening to you all now. No offense, but you carry a spiritual debt, and that spiritual debt has to be paid because they didn't do the right thing in those positions when they had them. They created a cult, a network that kept certain people out. And most of the Black people that they did hire are ghetto, ratchet, unstable, and unhinged, like the person that I had an issue with at Walmart yesterday. So that person, Jaden, is precisely why DEI was put in place. So he tried to say that I am being a stereotype. No, Jaden, you are the stereotype. You are the stereotype because you are the DEI recipient. I work for myself. Good, bad, or indifferent, I work for me. And I've been able to manifest a particular life for myself. This is not bragging, by the way. This is not bragging because if it wasn't for Spirit granting me this, I wouldn't have anything. But I knew how to communicate with the Spirit, the universe, to get the things that I wanted. And I had to understand and come to a hard truth that it may not happen exactly in the vision that you may have envisioned, but it will happen according to your frequency and your vibration. So that is why I'm a constant work in progress. That is why I can sit here at 46 years old and tell you that I feel like I'm about 26 years old, maybe 25. I feel no different than I did when I was 25 years old. As a matter of fact, I feel younger, healthier, stronger. So, whatever people try to take from you, and see, I've been dealing with this type of toxicity with Black men and Black people in particular for a very long time. So, I understand their neuroses. I understand a weak, effeminate, insecure, unstable man or young man in this person's case, like Jaden, who feels unsafe, unfulfilled. He feels insecure, unhappy. And maybe it's because he can't afford to buy chicken nuggets and Kool-Aid. Have we ever thought about that? Maybe that's because he's getting paid so little that he can't even afford to shop in Walmart. But what makes you think that you're going to pick me to take your frustrations out on? Because, see, he didn't say it in a rude, disrespectful way. He said it in a nice, nasty way. You know what I'm saying? He said it with a smile. And I want him to know I'm putting this out into the universe. You said that with a smile, and I reported you to corporate with a smile. I reported you to the Maryland Commission on Civil Rights with a smile. I did. I did everything he did with a smile. That's reversal. See, people who don't mean anything to me. I'm no longer doing that. This person, whatever his name is, he means nothing to me. Jaden, he means nothing to me. So there's nothing to argue about. The only thing I'm looking for at this point is justice. And maybe and hopefully he will learn a lesson in all of this. Hopefully. The people that live above me, like I said, they're teaching their son the same values, which are no values. That it's okay to not be cognizant of other people that live around you. My neighbors that live under me, I'm sure they don't hear a peep because I don't walk hard because I know that there are people that live under me. So I try to have some, respect for the people that I live around. This is one of the reasons why people do not want to live around black people. I'm sorry. If that offends you and that makes you want to unsub, then just unsub. I don't give a fuck about subs. If I wanted to be a, major YouTuber, I would take this cover off, get on here, and I would do what I would do what it make it do. But that's not what I'm here for. I heard Monique say something that was very, very interesting, and I agreed with her in this. She said that she knows a lot of people with many zeros behind their bank account who are bankrupt. And she also knows people who have no zeros practically in their bank account. And they are truly wealthy people. And what she was talking about was integrity. She was talking about compassion, strength, and morality. And not just regular morality, but spiritual morality, not in the religious sense where you're worshiping something that you don't even know what you're worshiping based upon a cult or what a cult told you, but understanding how your actions can affect other people. So since Jaden said everything he said to me with a smile, I have a smile right now and I'm doing everything that I'm doing with a smile, and with a light heart. I will get justice. And I'm saying this to people so people can understand that you don't have to be victimized by the black community, whether you're black or not. This is not giving an invitation to people for people to be racist and disgusting. And that includes non-black people. This ain't for you if you're one of those types of people. What I am saying is you don't have to be victimized by this new cult. This new black community that they have now is a cult. There is no black community. It's a cult. And they operate on one frequency, and that's the frequency of no accountability, no integrity, and no self examination. That is what they operate on. They come to kill, steal, and destroy. So I no longer want to hear anything about MAGA. I don't want to hear anything else about how racist and horrible Donald Trump is. I don't want to hear anything about how Pete Hegseth is horrible. I don't want to hear nothing about Elon Musk is horrible. I don't want to hear any of that coming from any black people anymore. You know why? Until we start dealing with people like Jaden and people that, like the people that live above me, who go out of their way to harm other black people, until we start dealing with those motherfucking niggas, don't talk to me about what white people are doing. I don't want to hear it. And if that's offensive, then feel free to unsub and go somewhere else. I've been dealing with this for many, many years. I have a lot of experience dealing with toxicity, and I know how to respond to toxicity. You don't engage it. You don't engage it. You reverse it. When you're dealing with toxicity spell work, you don't engage it, you reverse it. Because you can't really combat psychotic, crazy people. A lot of these people are on drugs. Just like I was watching Pop the Balloon, the Mountain, I think it's the Mountain edition, not the one with Arlette. The other one with I think her name is Deshae Shelton, hers. And I love Deshae. I love her. However, however, um, there was a guy that came on. He was a Jamaican guy, had all these tattoos on him. Another thing I want to say too, tattoos do not look good on black people. Tattoos look good on Latino men and white men. They do not look good on black people. I don't like. I'm talking about men specifically because I'm gay. Tattoos do not look good on black men. Black men are getting all these tattoos all over their faces, defacing their bodies. And one dude had the nerve to say that he was a deacon. How are you a deacon when you have defaced your temple with all of those tattoos? I'm not even I don't even subscribe to religious doctrine, but I even know that from being brought up in the Methodist church, you're not supposed to deface your body with no tattoos if you are a Christian, well, especially if you're a Methodist. But this is the type of shit that they're breeding now. He acted like he was high. The dude before him, the one that I said that was Jamaican, he acted like he was high off of something. So that's what I'm saying. You can't really combat that type of crazy going back and forth. I just don't, I'm not doing that. I would rather do work in the realm that I know that's more effective. Unless they're trying to physically do something to me, then that's a whole nother story. But you don't combat crazy. What you do is you restrict it, you eliminate it, restrict and eliminate it. That guy Jaden, he was waiting. He was looking for energy, and I didn't give it to him. Not the energy that he wanted. But now he's going to get the energy that he's entitled to. So pretty soon, he's going to be the statistic or the stereotype that he was trying to make me. He's going to be the stereotypical black man without a job pretty soon. He's going to hope that he's going to be able to buy chicken nuggets and Kool-Aid after I'm done with him. And see, the tragedy of all of this is he tried to put me in a stereotypical racial category when I don't even eat chicken nuggets like that. I was buying them for somebody else. The Kool-Aid, I can admit to that. But the chicken nuggets, I don't even eat them. I was buying it for my partner. He eats those, not me. That's the sad thing. And he doesn't understand this Jaden person. He doesn't understand the other ramifications that are going to come along with this spiritually. See, it's not just corporate. or his job he has to worry about, there are going to be other things he's going to have to worry about too. See, it doesn't just stop at the corporate level. Now he's going to have to deal with the spiritual level as well. Because you don't do things like that. You don't do that. Hopefully he will learn a lesson. And once he learns his lesson, then maybe he'll get some, he'll get a break. But like I said, I've been dealing with this for a long time, and I understand how it goes. And we're not in a time where we can just burn a candle or chant something and expect something to, come to fruition. We're living in a detrimental time, and it calls for detrimental magical measures, because you're running into people who I'm going to say are possessed by whatever entity, and you have to know how to combat that. Sometimes going back and forth with an individual in public, that's exactly what they want. That's why I give them a glance, look at them, so spirit can identify who and what I'm going after, my target, who has done something to me. And once I do that, I know what to do afterwards. So you got to be careful who you are here fucking with. That is why I make it my business never to underestimate, anybody. I'm not scared of no motherfucking body. Let's get that fucking cleared up. But you never underestimate people, because you don't know what type of legions that person may have working for them. You don't know what type of spiritual legions. I'm not talking about demons or daemons. I'm talking about legions. You don't know what type of spiritual legions that person may have protecting them and backing them up. Remember, I told you about the story about Darnell, that guy that tried to start some shit with me, and then a month later he ended up dead? Leave people alone. The ancestors are very displeased with black people. And the ancestors are telling me we have fucked up big time. And we have used and misused everything that they gave us. We have used, misused, and abused everything that they gave us. And we've used it against each other. We fucked up. The ancestors are not happy. They are not happy with black people who are constantly trying to harm other black people. They're not happy about that. You're supposed to use your magic. You're supposed to use your magic. Excuse me, I'm getting kind of sidetracked. You're supposed to use your magic to to help possibly heal, and your spirituality to see, to prepare, to plan, to help people get to the next dimension or the next level. But instead, what you have done, Black people, my people, what you have done, you have used spirituality, religion, politics to entrap the minds and the souls and the spirits of the very same people, our people, who've been fighting for freedom for so long. You use Jesus and religion to trap people in another prison after slavery. We get out of one prison and then you introduce people into another one called religion. You know what the real lake of fire is? The real lake of fire is your soul, the eternal flame. That's the real hell or the lake of fire that they have lied to you about. They've turned the soul into a realm of hell, the eternal fire. But see, you got to have real spiritual discernment to understand that those dynamics, those spiritual dynamics. The soul is the lake of fire. And what burns in the lake of fire is not your flesh, it's your ego is destroyed once you connect with your eternal flame. There's a song that came out in the late 80s, I believe, called um, Eternal Flame. What's the name of that group? Let me see. What's the name of that group? It's called, excuse me, my voice is not good this morning. Is it burning an eternal flame? Y'all get the, I know I sound like a cat, but you know what I'm saying. What is the name of that song, Eternal Flame? Who sings it? I mean, I think it's by the Bangles. Yeah, the Bangles, Eternal Flame. When did that come out? That came out in 1989. That came out in 1989. They're talking about the soul. That's the eternal flame. That's the lake of fire that they have everyone so afraid of. But they've entrapped you into these different systems of religion, Islam, all of the levels of Christianity. I mean, well, the denominations of Christianity, taking away information and creating a world full of soulless people. So the ancestors are very unhappy with you. That is why they are allowing Trump to take away your federal government jobs, Black people, because you got in those positions and you didn't do what was right. You used those positions, not all of you, but a lot of you used those positions, those governmental positions, and you turned right into the races that you claim you were trying to get away from. You have a spiritual debt, Jaden, that now you're going to have to pay. And I'm not talking about money. So for people who feel like they're persecuted, and I remember one time I was in this program, I think it was a job program or something like that. I was young, and there were a bunch of older Black people around me. And they tried to say that a person that feels persecuted is a weak person and a person with low self esteem or something like that. And I told all them motherfuckers, I disagree with you. Because if a person is being persecuted, and see, they even go against their own religious values and beliefs, because Jesus was persecuted. He felt persecuted. He went into the Garden of Gethsemane and he was praying about the persecution he was dealing with. Did that make him insecure, weak, and have low self esteem? And I told them that is why I say thinking outside of the box. I told them, I said, no, if people are persecuting you, they're the ones who are weak. They are the ones who have low self esteem. They are the ones who are insecure. Being persecuted is not a sign of weakness of the victim, it's a sign of weakness of the victimizer. Half of them motherfuckers are probably dead now. And they went to their grave believing a lie. And they've probably reincarnated into another lower realm where they're believing even more lies and being entrapped by even more prison minded, slave minded types of programs. It ain't just here on earth or in this dimension. Just like they keep trying to play games, and I talked about this with Mars. Why are you all so focused on Mars? We have a whole planet right here that you all are destroying and not taking care of, and you keep talking about Mars. Fuck Mars. Fuck Venus. And fuck them other planets. What about the planet right here that is giving us the breath of life that you all don't appreciate, that feeds us, gives us water, gives us nurture? What about this planet right here that protects us? But you're worried about Mars? You destroyed Mars. You destroyed Venus. When you allowed Jadens and Umar Johnsons to take over. Yeah, I said it. Umar Johnson is a whole hack. He's a whole fraud. He's damn near 50 years old living with his mother. Still hasn't built that school. But yet he has so much hatred towards LGBT people. Where's the school? Where's the money? Where is it? Oh, that's right. They're too busy investing in DEI and people like Jaden at Walmart. We, as people with some class, have a right to speak out against classless, disgusting people who are destroying civilization. I don't care how much money you think you have. I don't care what type of house you live in. Money cannot buy class. Class is boule. It's something you're born into. I was born into the boule. I'm boule. Christopher Barry was boule. We were born into this. We're boule. Doesn't matter the dynamics with my mother and all of that and the dysfunction in some of my family. We are still a form of boule. What happened is crack. Crack destroyed the boule. And I'm not talking about the boule and what it has become. See, what you all call boule now, the boule has been hijacked by ghetto ratchet people. You all think the boule are these ghetto ratchet people who've taken it over, like some of these ratchet black people who have money in the industry. They are not boule. They are more so black excellence trash. That's what they are. And I don't give a fuck who gets offended by what I'm saying. Boule is not about how much money you can generate. Boule is about how much class and dignity that you have. And from where I'm sitting, the black community lacks that in so many ways because the people that are representing the black community now, they are classless and they are trash. And it doesn't matter how many cars they have. It doesn't matter what type of home they live in. They're always trying to buy class. You can't buy it. Crack is what messed up the boule. Crack. And it messed it up for black people and it messed it up for white people. Even though they don't talk about it with the white people, crack messed up your class system as well. And 9 times out of 10, that Jaden guy, he's probably a crack baby of the 90s or 2000s. Like Ayanna Van Zant used to always say, she was there to disrupt the patterns of the guests that were on her show. I was brought into this world, into my family, to disrupt these dysfunctional patterns. That is why I am here, to disrupt the pattern. Y'all can get mad at Trump all you want, but Trump is here to disrupt the pattern as well. Good, bad, or indifferent. Because sometimes bad things have to happen in order for the greater good to prevail. So if this universe implodes, another universe will be created, a more beautiful universe, a more harmonized universe. You feel what I'm saying? We are the phoenix. We are the eternal flame. Anyway, this is the occult view. I just wanted to come through and just give some realness for a moment. That's all I have to say. Thank you.